Hello, YouTube. Okay, so you want to put a solid axle on the back of your go-kart, and I know you've probably been to a couple of the sites where the axle and the wheels and everything, you can get it for like 500 bucks. But if you just want the wheels without having to spend like $300 on actual go-kart rims and tires, I can show you something that I do. I usually just get like these crappy little Princess Auto specials, and you get the weld-on hubs, non-modified. This is a non-modified one. They're meant so that you can weld on these sprockets so that you can connect your chain to your clutch. But what I do with these, I have a lathe, but I'm sure you can find other ways to do this. I chuck this up my lathe and I turn it down to the ID of this, which usually has these bearings, these cheap little roller jobby bearings in them. Garbage. Anyway, you pop those out with the means of any tool thing you got hanging around. And when you lay these down, focus, all I do is you just kind of press them in. Mine, I laid it down really tight, but you press that in, if it'll go for me. There. And you take your welder and you just run your welder all the way around, or 3/4, whatever you feel skookum enough with, and then there you go. You have a tire with a keyway ready to mount to a 1-inch shaft. And I already have one on here. But see, that's how you do it. So you don't have to buy the expensive tires that they have for go-karts. Because if you're just trying to like dick about like I usually do, like I built this drift trike one night when I was all, bored and whatnot. Harbor Freight motor over in Canada. Don't ask me how I did it. But this one, I've got the same thing going on here. See that? I crudely made this one night, and I got the sprocket all welded on. It's full weld on the other side. But this is my drift trike, and if you are considering the plastic for drift trikes, these tires are bigger than anything you're gonna find PVC-wise at Home Cheapo. And these don't fit this plastic, but what this plastic is it's polyurethane. You can get it from industrial places, and there's a place, if you're wondering, I'll connect a link to it, that sells this, and you can get it in foot sections. This stuff is kind of expensive. It was 85 bucks for a foot. They cut it in half for me because, yeah, I didn't want to go ahead and do that. And they did this for me. And it's polyurethane, and this stuff is skookum as frig. This stuff's an inch thick, and it will last you a lifetime. This isn't PVC. PVC will wear off. Granted, a couple hours of riding, you'll be almost, you'll burn through that. This stuff is so much thicker and so much more dense than PVC. I rode this. These probably have 10 hours on them of sliding around on the road, and this is what they look like. The bevels that I ground on them with the grinder are still there. Like, this thing hasn't even been dented. But that's just if you want. I'm thinking you could use this for a go-kart or anything you want. It's just to save some money if you're doing the whole DIY jobbing for your kid or something. Anyways, take her easy.